First thing I got, little news thing. This past week we have this the first thing was, I saw this on Twitter before. I didn't see this part, but I saw that it was like a 13-year-old kid beat Tetris. And by beat Tetris, we'll say he got such a high score that the code couldn't handle it, and he beat the game. We're just gonna call he beat the game.
The game crashes because he's been playing for so long and his score is so high that the game runs out of memory.
It just runs out of memory. Exactly.
It just crashes because it's out of memory.
So we're gonna say he beat the game. I'm just gonna say confidently he beat the game.
Yeah, it's as well as you can possibly do in Tetris.
So there was some added context from Reddit. I really don't know. I didn't know any of this extra context, so take it with a grain of salt because it's Reddit. That his father passed away a week prior to him like doing all this Tetris play. So we have like some additional context that I didn't know about. I'm not 100% sure if it's correct or not. I don't trust Reddit to a certain degree. But then we had a Sky News anchor. They were reporting on the story. And I'm just going to full screen this. And I'm just going to jump to the part where we're going to quickly touch on.
Now, Tetris has long been touted as a video game that just can't be beaten because it just goes on and on. He beat the...
Okay, so this is the reaction of the kid. Again, he's 13. Okay, this is a 13-year-old kid. I mean, like, obviously, this is an emotional moment. I mean, first of all, like, it's such like a weird moment. Like Tetris, you played it for so long that this is like your idea of beating the game, which it is. The memories run out of the game. You can't progress any further. This is it. This is the credits rolling. So for him, this is like a big moment. This is an achievement. Probably practiced a lot for this. A lot. So put a bunch of time into this. Obviously, like it's a skill, right? You develop a skill for Tetris. You practice it. So he's emotional. This is like a lot of hard work.
And also, by the way, this is the original Tetris. This game came out over 20 years before this kid was born.
Mm-hmm. So
this game came out in like 1988 or something in there. And this kid is 13, which means he was born in probably 2010.
2010, 2011, whatever. Yeah, probably 2010.
It's the beginning of 2024, so I doubt his. It's possible that his
birthday was yesterday
in the first 6 days in the year, but probably
not.
So yeah, this kid, there's a lot of people that have been playing Tetris way longer than this kid.
Yeah,
and
they couldn't
he
get
was the first in the world to ever do this.
Right. So this is an emotional moment.
This is a world record. Like, let's be honest, this is a world record. This is the first time anyone has ever done this in Tetris, in the original Tetris.
Right. It's a big deal. Like, good, cool moment for him. Like, this is a cool moment, good moment, emotional. For me, I'm like, okay, wow, that's really cool. Like, this is crazy. That's crazy.
It's impressive.
It's really impressive.
Original
so
programmer Ed Falling Blocks.
Okay, here we go. So we're getting.
As a mother, I would.
So here, let's just. I'm gonna turn it up here, and I'm gonna stop the music for a second. This is what she says in response.
As a mother, I would just say, step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Speaking of fresh air.
Okay. My first reaction is, thanks for your input, Karen. I'm glad that, you saw like an emotional moment. There's probably some context that nobody gave you, but can't you just like let somebody have a moment? Can't you just let someone have their moment and not be like an asshole? This is just like, this is just an asshole moment. You're being a Karen. It's like classic. This is the classic thing that I think of for this.
This is just like boomer mentality.
This is so
it's like,
ridiculous.
we are living like lady, go back to the 1990s where like everyone, no one liked video games. Everyone thought they were for like nerds and shut-ins, and yeah,
it's just like, what? It's just like, okay, what have you done? What have you done?
Also, this is not. It's not like this is like a 55-year-old dad doing this and something, and it's like, come on, man. No, this is a kid. Like, kids play games, kids do things, kids set goals. It's not like, what else would he be doing other than things I would assume he usually does, is like go to school and do his homework and, whatever other hobbies he might have. Video games and Tetris is a hobby of his, and it's like she's telling him to go get a job. It's like, no, it's a 13-year-old kid.
It's a kid. Like, what the frick? He's probably on, and this is a holiday for him. Like, he's on holiday.
Yeah. They're on break. Yeah, they're on break. I'm sure.
This is like, to me, this is what it feels like. Okay, that'd be like if I was in high school. Let's say I was a freshman in high school for this scenario, and I scored 100 points in a game, which for my school would easily have been the world record for my school. We'll just say school's record, not world record. School record. Sorry. So it would easily be the school record. That would be like if the game just ended and like some random parent that I don't even know was like, nice job. You should study more for history, though. Focus on your books. I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? I just scored 100 points in a game. This is a school record. This is a big deal. Why are you telling me to study history? Like, there's just an extreme disconnect between there's an achievement happening, let them enjoy the moment, just say, wow, that's amazing, congratulations are in order, move on. This is the kind of mentality that makes me so angry. And I swear to God, I had another scenario like this. I was at a Starbucks and somebody was picking up their order at Starbucks. And I attribute this to the same mentality. They were handed the cup by the barista. And they're like, this doesn't weigh right. The weight of this isn't correct. And the barista had the same reaction I'm having here, which is like, what? What are you talking about? Same weight? She's like, you didn't foam it enough. And I'm just like, I have the same reaction. It's not even the same situation, but I have the same reaction, which is, what the hell is your problem? What do you mean weight? Nobody's going to bring like a scale and weigh it. Like, just like, take the cup.
Get your head out of your ass. And
get your head out of your ass. What do you mean wait? What do you mean like go outside? That kid probably goes outside plenty. Get the fuck out of here. They're a kid. They go outside. They hang out with their friends. They talk to their friends. As a mom, kiss my ass as a mom. This is it's just ridiculous. This kind of reaction.
It's just such like boom. It's just such boomer. It's such boomer mentality.
It's ridiculous.
It's awful.
It's ridiculous. She should.
Yeah, it's like the video games are for losers mentality. There's no there's nothing good about video games. There's no achievements to be had by playing video games. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just like I jokingly say that. Like, I say it as a joke. Like, it's just 100% a joke. She's being serious. Just like say congrats. Is it that hard? Just be like congrats. It's the same thing with the barista. She gave you the cup. You don't know the weight. Get the frick out of here with this weight argument. Like, just drink the damn cup. just drink it. You overpaid for it anyway. Just drink it. And like, in those cases, like, they just throw the cup away. They throw the drinking cup away. You're just like wasting their time. It's just ridiculous. I attribute this. It's the same thing for me. It's the same kind of reaction. It's like, what is with your entitlement right now? Please stop.
Yeah, it's definitely a very entitled, like high horse mentality. That's just get out of here. Just get out of here with that nonsense.
It's just like garbage. Shut up. What do you mean? Okay, I'm sorry. I got super heated with that, but it's like
I would guess that she didn't have. I would guess that she didn't have all the context on this, but like, the kid's dad passed away a week ago, and he was dedicating like this achievement to him, and you have the gall to say this again. I would hope that she didn't know that context before she said that.
I would hope so,
because
too.
otherwise that would be like absurdly out of touch and disrespectful. Like,
she looks like the kind of person that would do that. I don't know what it is, but when I see her smile, I'm like, you're the kind of person that goes up to the barista and says, "This doesn't weigh right. Please foam it more." It's that kind of thing. It's just like, I see it. Like, I see it in your face. It makes me angry. It's like, you just say congrats and move on. All right. Anything else to say about this entitled idiot?
nope, not really.
Okay.
Just congrats to
Congrats on beating Tetris. Like,
yeah,
let's-
congrats to the streamer who beat Tetris. That's very impressive, and fuck this lady for being an entitled asshole.
her job to me is not impressive. Like I said, your job is to read. Like, you read. You have literacy. Good job. Okay.
She reads until she has an incredibly bad take on something. So I'm gonna guess she didn't read that off the teleprompter.
She reads and smiles. That's
Yeah.
literally it. Okay. We have the Steam Awards on here, and you gave me some context for this. Which is like,
Some of them are fine.
Some of them are silly.
Most of them are fine, and there's two of them that are just
They're
like
silly.
Omega little troll. They're like troll picks.
Can I talk about the ones that are fine for a second? I just want to talk about two. That's it. Lethal Company Better with Friends Award. This game is like so great. It's so simple. It's a $10 game. But I just want to share, this is an example of a very simple concept that's a very low price that is so much better than $60 games I've played. It's ridiculous. Such a basic concept. The concept, if you don't know, Spoon, I'm going to give you a very simple idea.
I've seen a bit of it, but I don't really understand.
Okay.
I've seen it, but I haven't paid that much attention, so I don't
Okay.
really know what you do in the
I'll give you
game.
the
I'm like,
basics.
what is going on?
I'll give you
there.
the basics.
I haven't watched enough of it to see why it's so like fun and entertaining.
It's
for
co-op
people. I know
game.
people love it.
Co-op
but,
game.
yeah.
I'm sure you can play it single player if you want it, but co-op game. You and some friends. You get on a ship and you're a part of the company now. Capitalism. And your job is, you are a slave to the company. All you do is go to various planets. You pick up scrap, which gives you money. You sell it back to the company, and you have to make a certain profit. So usually the first time you do it, you get like 3 to 4 chances to make, say, $150. Scrap can give you anything from like $20 to $100. So you have to find scrap on these planets. But at the same time, you get only like 1 day to do a run, quote unquote. Like a full map. And you get to do 3 to 4 maps. So you'll go in, but there are monsters. So you have to avoid the monsters, get the scrap, and if you die to the monsters, you lose money for that. And also, you don't get the scrap you picked up. Like, you don't want to die. You're trying to avoid dying. You're trying to get a profit. You sell it back to the company, rinse and repeat. The reason why it's so good is because every experience is unique. It's fun playing with friends. And it's like every single time I play, I have a great moment. I have like a funny, like great moment where I'm like playing with my friends. One of us does something stupid or funny or cool, and we like get to share that moment together. It's a $10 game. This is way better than many of the games that are $60 I've played. It's especially this year. This is
Redfall,
Gollum. Like, this $10 game is one of the better games I've played, and it's just such a simple concept. So, to the people that made that, you deserve all this praise, and I'm like, it's sold a lot. I don't know what the numbers are. I'd love to know their numbers. This has got to have sold millions upon millions of copies.
Yeah, no, this game went viral. This one game went viral for sure. Kind of like Was it Phasmophobia? Was that last year or
Yeah.
maybe earlier this year? I don't remember. That game went
To
super
me,
viral too for a while.
This is more fun than the Phasmo experience. Phasmo's great because like every map, you don't know what you're gonna get. So like it's fun. It's like that randomness is fun. So I just want to give a shout out to Lethal Company. This is like one of the best games I've ever played, especially for co-op. Such a great game. Deserved praise and all that. And then the next one I just want to quickly touch on. I won't explain this one in detail, but this is another horror game I played a lot, called Labyrinthine, another kind of indie horror game. It's a really fun game. You basically do mazes. You run through a maze and do some puzzles. That's it. It's very fun though. Every map is unique. It's got some randomness. Horror game. It's a great game. So I know it's VR game of the year, but like I'm still happy to see it on a list somewhere. So good job, Lethal Company and Labyrinthine. Okay, let's just
and BG and Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course,
expected.
Of course. Let's talk about Labor of Love Award. You told me this is kind of like best ongoing game, which I get from the title now.
Yes, and I watched a Young Yet video on this yesterday because I wouldn't have understood this before either. But yeah, Labor of Love Award is basically the best ongoing / best community support award. Like, you know, supporting the game, updates, that kind of thing.
Yes.
RDR2 was killed like 2 years ago.
It was.
And they said they weren't gonna continue developing for it. So this was a troll pick by the Steam community.
I like it. I think it's funny. I like troll picks, so I like it. And I feel bad because Red Dead 2, like I've seen a couple videos on it, looks like the online could have been fun. But I think what ended up happening was GTA took off. Rockstar said, why are we spending money on anything but GTA right now?
Well, also apparently the monetization was like really bad in Red Dead.
Oh, okay.
And people didn't like it. So.
Okay, that's fair too. That's a fair criticism then too.
I'm sure some people still played it.
I'm sure they did.
I heard the monetization in that game was rough.
But I'm guessing among the chiefest of things, Rockstar was like, why would we ever put any more time and money into this? We have GTA Online. So I think that's funny though. That's a good troll pick. Sending a message. You're like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
thanks. Thanks to you. Thanks, Rockstar.
At the same time though, like, don't you think that like Steam should vet this a little bit to like not let a game that clearly doesn't deserve an award win it?
Valve and Steam don't strike me as a company that like actually would do that.
That vets anything.
They vet a few things. But this is one of those things where they're probably like, they probably were like laughing about this too. They're like, "Oh, that's funny. Just let it through." Same thing with the most innovative gameplay one. I haven't played Starfield. I'm just gonna guess it's just like Fallout and Skyrim, except you're in space. So
I don't think there's too many people that would argue that game was innovative.
Right.
There are plenty of people who really liked it, and that's perfectly fine. I haven't played it either. I was planning on checking it out, but after seeing a lot of stuff on it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm that interested, to be honest. So I don't think I'll play it.
I'm on the fence about it. I think about it,
and a lot of people were just like, yeah, the exploration is like pretty bad.
Yeah,
because it's just mostly loading screens, and the gameplay, like the shootings, it's a shooter.
It's fine.
And it's just a Bethesda game. It's the same as Fallout and Skyrim and every other Bethesda game in the past 15 years.
Right.
So
I didn't expect it to be innovative. I expected it to just be Fallout and Skyrim, but in space. With maybe some space combat. I didn't expect innovation from them. There are certain developers, I'll say, that I'm like, okay, like, I don't expect you to repeat your same gameplay style over and over again. Bethesda, particularly with their mainline titles, in this case, the ones that they focus on, which is Skyrim, Fallout, Starfield in this case, it's just going to look and feel the same, but with a different setting.
Skin on it. Different skin on it.
Exactly.
They kind of make the same game over and over again.
They make the same game. They're not trying to redo the formula on anything. That's what their other studios are for. They're just like, how can we make this game look like Skyrim? Or like, how can we make this game look like Fallout? And I mean, for some people that works. Like, I enjoy Fallout. I play Fallout here and there still. Fallout 4. It's not a great game by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it's great, but I think it's fun. It's good. Good for me. But that's funny though. I like the Red Dead 2 and Starfield one.
So Starfield, another troll pick.
Yeah,
in that,
that's funny. Those are good troll pick options though. Like Labor of Love. To me, like Cyberpunk was silly.
But the funny thing is the Starfield Twitter like took it and ran with it. They made a post like Starfield has been awarded most innovative game by the Steam Awards. Thank you so much. You know, that type of post, and it's like look, I get it. You're the Bethesda or Starfield community team or whatever, but like you got to realize this is a troll pick.
Can I interject? I bet I'm gonna give it a 75-25. I bet there was a 75% chance the community team knew it was a joke, but somebody above them said, you got to push that.
Yeah.
That looks good in our PR. It looks good. It looks good to our investors. It looks good to somebody else.
Yeah, it looks good to somebody else who doesn't know better.
Who doesn't know better. And they probably maybe gave their opinion, and the person, whoever they were, said, nope, post it anyway. It makes us look good. People that know, if they think it's a joke, that's fine. But we got a lot of people that follow us that don't follow those kinds of jokes. They're gonna think it's interesting, especially like with investors. Investors don't follow these game jokes. They don't. I'm giving it 75-25. I think there's a 75% chance the community team knew it was a joke, but were told to post it.
Yeah,
that's usually.
You're probably right.
I think that's what happened. Just given my experience with some of this stuff. I don't have any other thoughts on the rest of this list, by the way. I mean, Baldur's Gate.
Best soundtrack, Last of Us Part 1. I mean,
yeah, of course. I mean,
again, I don't know why we're giving awards to games that came out 10 years ago. Like, it's 2020. It's the 2023 awards, not the 2013 awards. I know the PC version came out recent. It might have even come out this year.
I think it came out this year. The PC version, I mean. This, like, that whatever the remake one was. I think that came out this year.
Yeah, it's still just like, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right. It just doesn't sit right with me. If it's a full remake, I can get behind it, like RE4 or something like that. But like remasters where they're literally just porting the same game, I'm just like, yeah.
Wasn't this Last of Us one though? They did some more work on it though. It was more than just a port. This was the remake. This was an actual remake.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm not saying Last of Us deserves this award or anything. I'm just saying I think that was actually like a full remake. Like they updated the graphics, they did some additional work based on some of the videos we've looked at before. It was a remake. That being said, like maybe somebody else should get these awards, some of these awards. Like I like when Lethal Company gets these kinds of awards.
I don't know. I don't remember I mean, I don't know. My taste in like music is very different from a lot of people, but I don't remember the soundtrack in that game being like that stellar. But again, it's been a long time, so
I have never played it. Can't tell you, but I don't know. I think I'm assuming that Red Dead 2 obviously didn't, but I'm assuming the rest of these came out this year. Although Labyrinthine, was that this year? Or was that last year? I don't remember. Anyway. I don't have any other thoughts on this. I think Red Dead 2 strikes me as the most humorous. The Starfield one, I mean, it did come out this year. At least, I don't know. It does feel funny to me that it got on here, but Red Dead feels much, much more humorous. Okay, anything else, Spoon, on this one?
Nope.
Okay, let's talk about Twitch. This is going to be a relatively short one. I don't know if we ever touched on it in the podcast. Maybe we did last week. I think we did with the censor bars. Streamers started putting censor bars on the screen. We did talk about it. And Twitch saw that, let it go for a little bit, and now we have an updated attire policy. New language in bold. Let's just jump to the new language. Nor do we permit streamers to imply or suggest that they are fully or partially nude, including, but not limited to, covering breasts or genitals with objects or censor bars. They actually had to put the censor bars in there, which I want them to do. I want them to do this kind of thing.
Yeah, they need to be very specific.
This also hits the people that looked topless but had the screen cut off here. I think that will apply to them as well. It's implying that they are nude. So big hit. And then for the here's some more. For those who present as women, we ask that you cover nipples, blah blah. Cleavage is unrestricted as long as these coverage requirements are met, and it is clear that the streamer is wearing clothing. That's where that one gets hit. I think this is good. I think you have to be very clear with your language on this sort of thing. You got to be as clear as possible. I'm glad that they're being clear as opposed to vague vocabulary. So this is good, like actually giving examples. I want to say this was a good job to update the policy in such a way where the vocabulary is like clearer. It's clearer. So I'm going to say thank you for making it clearer that what is and what isn't allowed and using examples. That's very helpful. Thank you. That's all I have to say. I thought the census bar thing was funny, but it also, and the other one where like it looked like they were naked, they were topless. I get why. My biggest concern was like this really looks like, it makes it look like a porn site, guys. Either you need to make a separate website, or you need to like be clear on what is and what isn't okay. That to me, even the censor bars when it was funny, still didn't feel like it was meant to be on this platform. It didn't seem like something that, yeah, this is meant to be on this platform. People with like censor bars, people who are showing as if they're naked, they're topless. It just doesn't feel right on this platform. If there was a separate Twitch platform that was 18 plus, I'd say, yeah, go for it. Have at it. But just didn't feel right on this one. Felt more off than the whole hot tub meta. So that's my take on this. Spoon.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm with you. We've talked it to death over the last few weeks, so I don't think I have much more to say. Also, the last line must cover the area extended from your hips to the bottom of your pelvis and buttocks. So the shake weight streamer with the thong is probably no go as well. So,
yeah, I guess that's a no go at this point. Again, it's like all stuff that feels like it should not be on Twitch. It should be on like Twitch 18 plus.
Yeah. Or OnlyFans.
Though I thought the censor bars was humorous. That was a funny way of doing it.
It was funny.
That was funny. Yeah. I appreciated the humor there. I was like, okay, that's good. I like that. As like as being funny. So I don't have any other thoughts on this one. Like, I'm glad they're being clearer. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with Try on this one. It was funny for a minute, but the joke's over.
Yeah,
Twitch is like we've had enough.
Yeah, they're like, okay, funny, good idea. But what happens is like then everybody else does it within that same like bubble. There's like that bubble where it's like, oh, now we're all gonna do the bending the ruler kind of stuff. We're all gonna do the same stuff. Anyway, okay. Any other stuff, Spoon, for this one? Nope. Okay.
Nope.